Hi, welcome to Local Flavor. I'm Deborah Anderson and we're here in Moreland at Aunt Faye's Community Kitchen. And today I'm gonna make beef and noodles, which I never thought about doing this because I thought everybody already makes beef and noodles. But every time I make them, people ask for the recipe, so I thought maybe it's a little different. And then when I looked at some online, they are all different. So this is Deborah's beef and noodles. I didn't know there were recipes. I thought you just did it. So that's what I did. One day I wanted beef and noodles and I didn't look up anything. I just did what I wanted to. So I'm gonna use my Instant Pot. So let's call these Instant Pot beef and noodles. I'm even gonna cook the noodles in the Instant Pot. So I've got about a 2-pound roast. It's a little bigger, but that's usually around the size I get. I'm gonna put it in there and I'm gonna cover it all the way. You only really need to put a little bit in an Instant Pot, but I'm gonna cook noodles in it later, so I might as well have it all the way full. Before I had an Instant Pot, I would use the crock pot, but the same basic seasonings. I cut off a big piece of fat. And then I like to put in some beef bouillon, and I also put in a little chicken bouillon. How much do I use? As much as I want. And I might add some more later when it's all cooked. But I think adding the chicken gives it a little bit different flavor maybe. I put in plenty of it. Oh, this new bouillon I got, actually, I got some new from online and I got so much of it, but it is very, very salty. They are all a little bit different in how much salt there's in it. So this one's pretty salty. You don't have to stir it if it's in the Instant Pot, but I am gonna put a little bit more water. And the only other seasoning I use, I don't want it to sound too cheaty, but I put a couple of bay leaves in it. Fresh one. I bought fresh ones. Yay. And I take those out before I serve it, of course. And I'm gonna put my lid on my Instant Pot. And I'm gonna let this, I'll just set it to meat because it has all the buttons for me. And I'm gonna let the pressure release naturally because I really like the meat to be super, super soft and not tough. So I'm putting in meat. I'm just gonna use normal. It will take an hour, so we're gonna make noodles in the meanwhile. It should wait for me to change my mind and then start. So it started. So while it's building up to pressure, I'm gonna make some noodles because it's good to have time to rest for your pasta too. So my noodle recipe, I will tell you, I am following a recipe for it, and it is out of the Flavor of Andover, which is a church in my hometown, and it's a Lutheran church. And this is, oh, somebody changed the page. Frozen homemade egg noodles from Joe Wilkinson. I love these community cookbooks where you look through and go, oh, I remember her. So that's nice. And it's super easy. I'm actually gonna double it. So hers calls for 1 egg, and everything hers calls for, I'm just gonna double. So I'm gonna start the egg beating. I'm using the dough hook though. So it probably won't beat as well as she did with her whisk. Now these noodles I used to roll out with a rolling pin and cut them with a pizza cutter, but now I use my pasta machine since I have it. Might as well use it. And I think, honestly, the reason I think these noodles turn out different than others is there is salt in it. Not all of them have salt in them. So she asked for about a teaspoon, so I'll put in about 2 teaspoons. Not too much, because that is plenty. It's one thing I wouldn't oversalt. One of the few things I wouldn't oversalt. And a couple of tablespoons of milk is, when I double that, that's a 1/4 cup of milk. So I'm gonna use my cute little measuring and go clear to a 1/4 cup. I like this because it tells me, that's how I learned it. 4 tablespoons equals a 1/4 cup. Get those mixed. And then it's just 2 cups of flour. And I'm not going to do that while it's spinning. Just any all-purpose flour. We'll see how long this takes to dough up. We might have to take a break if it's taken a while. Otherwise, but what I'm gonna do after the dough, you know, you wanna do this until all of it sticks to the hook when it's going around. And I will just sprinkle some, well, I'll do it right now. I'll sprinkle some flour on the table, throw the ball of dough on it, and I just turn this, the same, what is that, a mixing bowl? I just turn the mixing bowl over on top of it to let it rest. And I let it rest until I take the meat out. So that's when we'll know to start rolling it. Is that enough? I'm gonna think that's enough, but in case it isn't, I'll keep this nearby. If you see this going around, it just collects more and more of that flour until it's all in one ball on the hook. It might take it a minute. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be taking our meat out and starting to roll out the noodles.
Seems like the world is always changing, and like the weather in Kansas, change is inevitable. Mobile technology improves the lives of everyone, not just those living in a city. Nex-Tech Wireless is right there with you, providing expanded LTE coverage for everything from phones to farm equipment. We are devoted to help Kansas work smarter and live better. Nex-Tech Wireless. Time for something different.
What a girl wants in her home kitchen. Ease of use, flexibility, fun, the latest kitchen design, Frigidaire Professional Real Stainless Steel for fewer finger smudges, a French door refrigerator, convection cooking, and quiet dishwasher. Have the staff at Genuine Appliance in Hayes demonstrate new Frigidaire gallery appliances to find what you want. Genuine Appliance at 1224 East 27th Street in Hayes. Everything a girl wants.
Hi, welcome back to Local Flavor. We are making beef and noodles, and my noodle dough has been resting for a while, and I'm going to go ahead and start working with it because it'll take a while since I doubled the recipe. So I'm going to use these pasta rollers. At home I use a hand crank one, but these are right here at Aunt Faye's Community Kitchen, so you can use them. And I thought, why not? I can save, maybe it won't make me get all sweaty if I use this with the engine. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I want you to know, if you buy these things, you cannot put them in you can't put them in water. You just clean them with a brush. Now, what I've had to learn with noodles is it's actually better to work it more. You know, you've got them on the flour, and so I think, if I keep putting them in, I'll get too much flour, but it's actually, the more you put them through, the smoother it gets. Ooh. So I usually put it through on the big one several times This is a lot faster than my hand crank, if you must know. Wow, I love that. And it's really also very straight. Usually I have to fold them over a lot to get them straight, but this, I might have to buy these. It's better. Okay, I thought that these things are expensive. And so I always thought they are not worth it, but I'm kind of changing my mind. Uh-oh, I unsmoothed it. I like them a little bit smooth. If they're rough, people like to know it's homemade noodles, so that's one thing to consider. So I'll do some of them off camera, but I'll finish these up here. I started on the thickest, and I'm gonna start putting them through a little bit thinner because they're getting nice and smooth. And it's totally up to you how thick you want them. They're not gonna be dried, so you don't have to cook them as long as you would a dry noodle. But I used to cut them myself with a pizza cutter. Oops, my beef is done cooking. Now I just have to wait for it to release. Ooh, that looks very good. I think I'm gonna just do it one more time. I just can never leave it alone. Plus it's so easy. Wow, I'm really happy about this. No, now I'm not. Look what I did. It didn't work out too good. It's good enough. Just one more time. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I'm only going to go down. On my hand crank, I go 7, 5, 3. This one actually is the opposite. You start at 1. So I cut them with I use the fettuccine cutter. Just switch them out. Let me make sure it's rolling. Now I don't know, I haven't used this so it might be easier, but I like the noodles short and I don't like to straighten them out to cut them. So I cut the dough already. Oh, I should have put that through one more time so that they come out the size I want them. Ooh, nice. Those look pretty good, don't they? So I'll just cut this into small pieces and put it all through. And I don't want these to get too junked up and stuck together. I want to keep them separated, and I'm just going to throw them directly into the pot once we are ready for that step. So let's take a break so I can finish these noodles. You just don't want to watch them all because it takes me forever, but it's fun to do, so you should try it.
At Rogers & Associates Insurance, we serve the Midwest. We offer home, auto, commercial, and farm insurance policies and provide solid options for life and health insurance. For those unexpected life events like hail, wind, deer crashes, fender benders, and the little things in between, we can help you ensure what matters most in your life. Let us help you design a plan that meets your needs and budget. Visit us online or call us at 1-800-569-0118 to learn more. Don't let the weather outside interfere with the comfort of your home. Contact AquaShield Roofing and Construction today for all your home repairs, no matter what the season. AquaShield Roofing and Construction specializes in roofing, siding, guttering, insulation, windows, doors, remodeling, and construction. We offer free estimates, and our customer satisfaction is our priority. Don't put off repairs due to the season. Call AquaShield Roofing and Construction today.
You're an expert at building your company. You know your customers, your books. You live it, eat it, breathe it. Are you also having to wear an IT hat while you're managing hundreds of other things? Those hats could really add up. That's where Nex-Tech comes in. We'll let you be the expert of your business, and we will be your IT department. From cybersecurity to backup, hardware and software, we'll manage it for you so you can keep your business running. Rest easier with Nex-Tech Managed IT.
Welcome back to Local Flavor. I finished all my noodles and they look perfect. That never happens. So I have taken out the beef, and I also made sure to use this thing and fished out the bay leaves because we don't want to eat those, but I wanted to show them to you. And I'm letting this cool so I can shred it by hand. So I have put my Instant Pot on saute so that what had cooled a little bit, or it wasn't enough to release the pressure, it's back boiling again so that I can put my noodles in it and cook the noodles. That's one thing I couldn't do in the crock pot. All of our beef and noodles are done and they are looking fantastic. I made a little bit of mashed potatoes to serve them on. That's why we like to make them great with gravy. So I'm gonna give myself a little dollop. Do you want to know? Yes, they're instant mash. That's my favorite. I actually love them. And then, see why I doubled the noodles? Because there's quite a bit of meat in there. I could have thickened it up a bit more, but I'm trying to think ahead for leftovers so it'll still have enough fluid to warm up. Whoo! I'm going to know better than to bite right into this, but I want to get a noodle first. Oh my God. So good. Very, very good. I have nothing to say except for it's beef and noodles, and I hope it was as easy as I think it is, and I hope you'll try it at home, and I hope you'll come back next time and see me on Local Flavor.